Hey guys, my name's Andrew Nelson, and this presentation is called Whether or Bot, how to get from point A to point B quickly, consistently, and correctly. So we're going to talk about different motion control algorithms. Is it moving?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is part of a larger idea called control systems. And in a control system, we have some physical thing that we want to control some attribute of. Usually we call this a plant. We have a set point, what the goal state is we're trying to get to. We have some way of measuring how the world is now, and we have a controller that turns it into output. Control systems are everywhere. Your thermostat's probably a control system. Your cruise control is a control system. This is the Falcon 9 landing, which is a huge, complicated control system for moving towards the Earth. So let's do a control system example. I start here. I want to be here. And the thing that I'm going to do is just floor on the gas, go forward as fast as I can, hoping that I get to the right spot eventually. This is terrible. You can see we never get to the end. We're just going to keep looping forever. Let's do a little bit better. If I'm behind my set point, I'm going to go forward all the way. If I'm in front of my set point, I'm going to go backwards as fast as possible. And I'm just going to keep going back and forth forever until I get bored and die. We can do better. This is the next iteration. I'm going to go with some force proportional to the distance I am away. So the further I am away, I go really fast. As I get closer, I kind of slow down. And we see this behavior. We overshoot a little bit and then come back to correct it. Let's do a little better. We can have the sum of some error-based term. We can also drive with the derivative of our error. And this helps us to slow down as we approach our set point. The derivative term has a dampening effect. We don't pass it. In this example, we have gravity, which is always pulling us down. And so if we didn't do anything about that, we would just kind of settle below our set point. So how do we fix this? In general, we're going to integrate the error over time and then add some scalar based on that to our output. And in general, that does okay. It's not great, but we'll get to our set point and we'll stay there for a while. Now we can do better. If we know that gravity always pulls down at like 30 pounds of force, we can always just add 30 pounds of force to compensate for gravity. And that helps us not have to wait for the integral of error to build up, and it makes the system more stable over time. That was position control. Let's do velocity control. Velocity control is everywhere. Your cruise control and the car's velocity control. The pitchers in baseball practice guns have a velocity controlled flywheel that shoots the baseball at you, and it's a lot of fun. So the first and easiest velocity control mechanism is just floor the gas. This is how I drive. If you just keep your foot on the gas at all times, you'll never slow down. But you'll also exceed the speed limit, which isn't that great. We can do better. This next one, if you're going slower than you need to, you floor on the gas. If you're going too fast, you floor on the brakes. This is how your mom drives. And it does the trick. But your car would probably explode if you did this for a long period of time. So we'll do the same thing again. We'll do that some proportional integral derivative controller based on the difference between our set point and what our actual speed is. And we get there, and we follow it smoothly. Can we do better? We can do better. If we plan out the motion in advance, then we can have a loop that's more consistent, that's easier to control, and that doesn't spill the wine on top. Ooh. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to speed up with constant force until we get halfway there, and then slow down until we're there. And when we do it like that, we had a very consistent path. It's very repeatable, and we don't spill the wine. So on the right here, there's an example of a robot that has a very smooth profiled path. It slows down as it gets to the set point. On the left there, that robot's trying to speed up instantly and trying to stop instantly. And you can tell it jerks side to side at the beginning and the end. Once you do a one-dimensional path profile, it's easy to build up from there. You can do a two-dimensional path profile. This one moves, slows down, and avoids an obstacle in the middle of its path, which is pretty dope if you ask me. When you get it all working, you can do very fast, planned profiles and hit various things that you want to interact with, and it's pretty cool. That's a really cool robot. Before I walk off, this is a video of the Amazon warehouse with the Kiva Systems robots moving around, all of those doing path planning in real time, and all of them coordinating movements with each other so that they don't spill the wine and they don't hit each other, and they move all of the things so you get your packages on time. There's no end slide. This is the end slide.